Hi, my name is Pablo.
Hey, I'm Priyanka. We're going to instruct you on how to design a set for any play in a few different sections.
First, the elements of set design.
Then Cleo will talk about different aspects we chose for our set design. And after that, I'll talk about how to make a collage to visualize your idea and then draw it.
Lastly, I'll talk about making improvements and editing your drawing.
We'll start off with the elements of set design. First off, shape. Is something smooth, pointy, round, or square? This is what shape means, and it's a contributing factor to line as well. Onto line. This is the main contour of your set design. What's the main piece resembling? Is it looking like an elephant, or is it flat or round? Next, unity. This is the way that things are grouped together. Are there two separate groups? Four? Three? Now harmony. Harmony is how everything fits in together and they're not fighting for attention all at the same time. It's all very harmonious and it fits together. Next, texture. Texture, or the roughness or smoothness of the plane of an object, can symbolize how things are poor or rough or smooth and modern. Variety is how things are different or the same. Are they distinctive or do they all conform to some rule? And finally, but certainly not least, color. Color is a multiversal language for humans. Most of us see it. And it's a good way to convey, for example, a hidden meaning or also some form of symbolism. It's also very different in different countries. So, for a set designer to effectively use this, they must have a little bit of information on who their main audience is, and take reference to the play to make sure they effectively use the elements of set design in a good way to complement their play.
Now that we've talked about basic elements of set design and other things to take into account for making your set, we'll talk about certain elements that we took into account before making ours.
The play Rumors has a very dark theme to it. It is about how someone has shot himself in a country where it is illegal to attempt suicide or be a witness to one. A couple who has just witnessed it is forced into a tough position where they have to lie to many people to get their way out. Also, in the play, whenever the phone rings, something bad is about to happen. However, the darkness of this play is contrasted by it being humorous, to give a light tone to this play. This is shown by multiple lines like, there is blood splattered everywhere. Not, oh my god, he is dead.
After that, we started planning for what country to base our set design in, and we chose Dubai. This is because of the houses and general environments in Dubai are very modern and luxurious. However, when most people imagine luxury, they see old-fashioned manors and castles, but Dubai is much more modern and having way more technology. So we decided that the style of the set would be modern slash luxury.
First, you have to find images relevant to the play so that it can feel more natural. It's very important to first make a collage before moving on to the final design because you have to visualize what the end product will be and easily change it to fit according to your likings. As you can see here, collages can either be online or physical. It is much easier to do it online because of ease of access to multiple photos, but if you are doing it online, make sure to cite your sources. The most easiest platform to make a collage would be Google Drawings because you can have multiple people on there and it is the most simple and most user friendly platform there is.
The next part is improvements and edits to your set design. This includes moving stuff around, like the mirror and the table, and experimenting with sizes. Also adding decoration if it's needed, and generally stuff that wasn't in your original collage. We decided to add a painting because we thought it looked a little dull and it didn't have much personality. So we used the set design itself as a filler, and the set designer, when it's being made in real life, they could choose to use the same picture or a different one. Then we worked on shading, which is really important if you're drawing a set, because you want to be able to visualize it. Now, it doesn't have to be hyper-realistic, but it should be pretty realistic so you can see it in your mind's eye, think about how it would work. Otherwise, you can just make a collage. Then we thought it was a little dull, so we added this lamp. And what this taught us is that sometimes, when you add an element like the lamp, you might not like it in the end, but you might learn something else. We moved it around a lot, but it didn't look right anywhere. We moved the painting up because it was too cluttered. And then, even though we ended up removing the lamp, we actually liked the new position of the painting much better. Then we added some shelves and thought of different stuff to put on them, but that didn't work well. We realized the stairs didn't look realistic, and in the process of trying to make new ones, we found the proportions were bad. So then we made this little oval, like a human, to see proportions. So then we sized the couch down, moved the ceiling up a bit, then back down, just to make sure everything worked well with that proportion. We made it a little more realistic, like a real human, because, again, you should be able to visualize it. With just that bean shape, we couldn't think about it really. So we added some limbs, a head. Again, it's not very realistic, but it has a really basic shape of a human. Then we put it up there just to see how it would look, and finally began with the stairs. We did the rough sketch like in every other part, where you can experiment with a few things like the railing heights and all. Then we outlined it because, again, realism is really important. It's not very realistic, but it does the trick. After outlining it, we colored it and shaded it, so now it has harmony with the rest of the set, which is an element of set design, and looks more realistic. Then we just added some finishing touches all throughout the set, resized a few things, and finally we decided to do the lighting. It's not mandatory at all, but by doing it we could figure out how different lightings would look on the set, and if this were being made in real life, the lighting designer's job would be a lot easier. If there had been anything that didn't really work with the lighting, we could have fixed that. So again, it's not needed, but it can be really good for your set and very interesting. That's all on how to make the improvements and edits in your set design.
Thank you for your time, and we hope you learned something.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.